Did you ever see an opportunity and then you fail to get in and then things just go in your favor? Ever been there? Why is that happening? Let's break it down. This phenomenon is nothing new. If you struggle with it, let me just assure you, you are not alone at all. But missing out on opportunities, seeing something that, I think I should, and then you don't. And then, and then you don't. And it's just an ongoing thing that is very annoying. It can be very frustrating when you fail to, get into a trade. Or as we're about to see here in this case study, pull the trigger. So you just fail to pull the trigger to get into a trade, and then you end up missing out, oh, I would have been right. Oh, I should have done that. I would have been right. I would have made the money. Have you ever played that? Have you ever had that happen to you? Why is that actually occurring? And I found this, back and forth with a person fascinating, because at the end, they actually answer the question for themselves, but I'm not quite sure if they were aware that they answered and offered up the solution for themselves. So let's get through this, little back and forth interaction, and we'll kind of break it down as we go. So on Twitter, I was asked, is there any trick that I can overcome not pulling the trigger? Always sit and watch the market, hesitate, and don't do anything equals missing the trade. We have Katie here, as you saw, and she is struggling. Struggling to do what? Well, we have over here, make trade. So keep in mind, this is not even like a profiting or anything like that, but just, she wants to be able to make a trade, put on a trade, pull the trigger in her mind. So she wants to get over here, but there are some things that are, presenting the problem. And my reply back to her was simply, well, you got to get a strategy that you believe in. And that is the key. A strategy and then belief, meaning you better have belief in that strategy. And that's what I told her. I was like, well, how do you overcome that? There's a deficiency in your belief system about your strategy, what you're trying to do. And then this was her reply back. Thanks for the quick answer. I think my strategy is good. It's a psychology thing for me. Have to build confidence. So right here, like I said, she offered up the solution. She knows the solution, and that solution is what? Confidence. And I write it like this because that's not really a separate step. Notice there's no arrow here. In my mind, these all work together. And if you're missing any of these, you're never going to be able to make a trade. And it's all kind of circular logic because, well, you got to be able to have a strategy to build confidence and, to have a strong belief. But you also have to be able to have confidence to build a strategy that you're going to believe in. Hopefully that makes sense. So there's kind of a lot of, there's many ways you can look at it. But this is why you are hesitating to hop in. Because you don't have a strategy. Well, no, Clay, I have a strategy. I've been back testing it. Then why aren't you getting in? It's because deep down, you are lacking confidence. You're lacking belief in it. But Clay, I've back tested it. Then why aren't you getting in? Why are you hesitating? That's why. If you just sit and really reflect, you don't, for whatever reason, you don't quite have enough confidence and belief in it. Now, in many cases, maybe there's actually a flaw with the strategy. And the strategy itself, deep down, is what's ripping apart your confidence and belief, because maybe deep down you're saying, I like watched a couple of strangers' YouTube videos, and I read a book from the library, but now like when real money's on, deep down, a lot of stuff is going on here, and you're gonna have a problem making the trade. Now, if you do have a true strategy, then what's a sign that you have a true strategy? Well, you hop in and make the trade. And why do you hop in and make the trade? Because you have belief in it. This belief is coming from the fact that you were confident in maybe putting it together. So that's why, you got to kind of keep all these in one, because for Katie here, what's the exact dynamic? Well, she says she thinks, did you catch that word? She thinks she has a good strategy. Well, I can see why you need to work on your confidence, because when you're only thinking you have a good strategy, then yeah, it's going to be hard to gain belief and confidence in that strategy because you're just thinking. And there's a lot of little things that go on, But that at the core is why she is struggling to make a trade, why you are struggling to make a trade. Well, Clay, I don't have enough money, or I have very little money, so I got to be extra careful. Well, that sounds like a strategy problem. If your strategy is putting, you uncomfortable in regards to the amount of money you actually have, well, then of course you're not going to have confidence and belief in it, because you know that something is off, that you are maybe risking too much money relative to your account size. Again, it all circles back to one of these three things. That's why you can't make the trade. That's why you're hesitating. In that situation, your strategy is off. And this is why I will say time and time again, and Clay, you're just saying that because you offer courses. I don't even care at this point because I have plenty of testimonials. You have to get education. You have to learn, because when you learn, what happens? Well, you know what? I invested into a structured program. I learned things in a sequential order that made sense and that makes sense. So therefore what? Hey, I'm confident. It's not like I don't have the sense of randomness. I don't have the sense of, am I missing something or not? And that's a problem with free education. Yeah, there's a boatload of stuff out there, but some of it can be garbage. If you watch things out of order, you're just going to confuse yourself. And then you're always going to have gnawing at the back of your mind, A, is this good information? And B, did I miss out on something? But if you're getting a structured education, and sure, I would love for you to buy one of my courses, but if you buy somebody else's, that's fine too. But if you get a structured education, you're going to have confidence. And when you have confidence, you can start to approach strategy construction much more effectively. And when you know that you've gone in and built a good solid strategy, you're going to have a good solid belief in it. And when you have that belief, what goes on? Well, you're actually going to be able to start to make the trade, make trades. You're not going to hesitate. Now, am I going to say you'll never, ever, ever hesitate again? That would be a lie. But in this person's case, it sounds like it's a pretty big problem. And it's a problem for a lot of people out there because of these reasons right here. So like I said, it's a problem. My solution is you got to get a strategy that you can believe in, and you got to have confidence to build that strategy. And well, how do you get that? Well, you got to go through a structured learning environment. There's a reason why brain surgeons and pilots and stuff like that are, go ahead and go through random information online, watch it in whatever order you want, get it from any source you want. And then you can come back and start to do all this. No, that sounds crazy, right? Yeah, that's what all sorts of people do in the world of trading. Then they wonder why they struggle with things like this. So that's the solution to it. And I realize maybe it's not popular because, Clay, everything's free. Well, you get what you're paid for. And one of the things with free education is this issue right here. And I see it time and time again. So whatever you decide, obviously it's up to you. But if you're struggling with this problem, this is exactly what's going on. And the solution is, get some sort of structured, sequential education. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.